Good morning. Are there announcements this morning that we need to be made aware of that are not in the bulletin?
Well, it's in the bulletin, but is that working? Okay. It's in the bulletin, but next Sunday, Kayla Hatch will be here to speak, and we have a surprise children's message, too, and there will be a potluck after church, so we're inviting everyone to the potluck so you have more time to talk to Kayla, and we'll be glad to see you next Sunday.
Yesterday we had our garage sale. I'll just take over for, I thought it was a successful one. We brought in somewhere around $800. The big thing is we thank you for your donations that you brought in. Without it, it's not possible. And it's also not possible to do it without the help of people who came in during the week. And I'm not going to mention any names, but they came in during the week to help sort and place things on the tables. They helped cashier and bag up yesterday during the sale, and they also helped to clean up. So all their help is greatly appreciated. And I think we had a successful sale, and you can thank the people that were involved, that we have money to use for community missions.
Someone did mention, I don't know if any of you heard any news on Myrna Smith, the old postmistress of New Providence, had passed away. So I think they're waiting to hear about services this next week. So just wanted to make you aware of that. I think she was, I'm not sure who that is, but I think she spent many years there. So. Are there any guests this morning?
Hi, my name is Josie Evertson, and I'm from Bangor Liberty Friends Church. And I'm not sure if all of you are aware, but there was a suggestion made for Bangor Liberty and Honey Creek to combine and join together for VBS this year. So we'll be holding VBS at Bangor Liberty this year, and the dates are going to be from July 19th through July the 24th. The times have changed. It's going to be from 5:55 p.m. to 8:35 p.m. This is for the ones who work during the day, so they can volunteer and help with the kids in the evening time. Again, it's going to be July 19th through July the 24th. From 5:55 through 8:35 at Bangor Liberty Friends, and the theme of it is Mount Everest this year, and we have a little video that we're going to show as well. And the sign-up sheet, I do have a volunteer sign-up sheet. It'll be out in the open area. We're going to leave this here for a couple weeks, and if you have a strong desire on a certain area where you want to sign up, go ahead and sign up. Even if there's only 1 or 2 slots open, go ahead and sign your name, because we're always welcome for volunteers.
We have a guest with us this morning, or someone who's never been to church before in Honey Creek, New Providence, and that's Madison Faith. So we're glad to have our granddaughter here this morning, and mom and dad too.
One spot left. What? For the VBS sign up.
I wanted to sign up for that. Could you take me? Church is real close.
It's all mine, buddy.
Come on. Open it.
So 5.
Hey, what's going on here?
You took the last spot on the volunteer sign-up sheet.
Oh no, there's always more room for volunteers at VBS. Should we tell him?
Nah.
So there's always room on the list. We'll put out another list if that one gets filled up. If there's not any other announcements this morning,
We have, many of you know that our house parents, Dean and Joanne, left, and so our new house parents is Patty and Adam Kester, which is down there. So they're our new house parents, and yeah.
great. Good to have him with us this morning. The call to worship this morning is from 1 Corinthians 12, 1 through 6. Now about spiritual gifts, brothers, I do not want you to be ignorant. You know that when you were pagans, somehow or other, you were influenced and led astray to mute idols. Therefore I tell you that no one who is speaking by the Spirit of God says, Jesus be cursed, and no one can say, Jesus is Lord, except the Holy Spirit. There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but the same God works all of them in all men. We're going to follow along here and go right to our hymns. Hymn number 10, Majesty. As we get ready for open worship this morning, our call to worship this morning was about spiritual gifts that each one of us possess. And so I guess my encouragement maybe to you this morning would be to maybe stand up and publicly share those gifts with others that you see in other people in this body.
I guess it's not necessarily like a gift that I've seen, but it's more like God gave me a gift. And I guess my gift would be the Duleskis, because Lord knows they've taken me out of the cottage and loved on me, and they've just given me something great. Like, I have something to look forward to. It's like another family that I have while I'm here. So it's great. I absolutely love Elizabeth. Me and her get along great. Me and Alicia, every Wednesday, we'll go over there, we'll cook, and then we'll have youth group. Chip's a guy, but we burn bugs together with magnifying glasses. So, and Chip's parents are great. I got to spend Easter with them, and they loved on me like they'd known me forever, and it was great. So, God gave me something special.
Wanted to apologize for some of the blank spaces in your bulletin this morning. That was my fault, not anyone else's fault. So I'm sorry, Kevin. And I just wanted to come up and just thank Kevin for all the work that he does, videotaping stuff, putting stuff on the church's website, doing PowerPoint stuff, getting everything ready for the services in the morning. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and it's a lot of work, so I just want to say thank you, Kevin. All hearts are clear. We'll read our scripture this morning. Again from 1 Corinthians 12 and 13. The body is a unit, though it is made up of many parts, and though all its parts are many, they form one body. So it is with Christ, for we were all baptized by one Spirit into one body, whether Jew or Greek, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. This morning I'm going to talk a little bit about camp and the things that go into camp being the place that it is. Sometimes I myself can think, as the administrator out there at camp, I think I'm making everything happen. I'm making decisions, but then I hurt myself, and I realize, I can't do everything myself. I can't. I need to rely on other people and understand that it takes all of us working together as one body to make camp happen. So I want to talk about what's happened at camp in the past year. And in order to do that, I need to rewind a little bit. Go back to the fall of 2002 when I was just doing maintenance there at camp and Linda Garrison was the director. And it was, I think, a Friday afternoon or morning, and Linda gave me a call on the cell phone and said, you need to get over to the office as soon as you can. And I was outside working on a project, and I thought, uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. So I headed over to the office, and I got in the office, and she said, you need to listen to this message on the answering machine. And so I kind of braced myself for some bad news or something going on, or someone had passed away, or I didn't know what to expect. And the answer machine turned on and played, and it was Tony G and Papa from a bank out in New York City, and just wanted to let us know that Camp Quaker Heights was the recipient of an anonymous grant for $500,000. Didn't know where the money came from, or knew the bank that it came from, but didn't know who it came from, and it was a grant to use for however the camp board saw fit. Just an amazing gift to the camp. And so I want to kind of update and let you know what we've done with some of that money. The first project one of the first projects we wanted to do was pave the driveway into camp. We've been talking about it for years, and this provided us some money that we didn't have to go out and do a lot of fundraising. We did a little bit of fundraising to match funds and use some of the grant gift to pave the driveway all the way from, as you can see, up around the chapel and the parking lot of Tall Oaks. And last year, that was all the talk of the groups. They were so thankful to have that drive to come in and out of and not have me to get the tractor out and grade things around. This was actually just about a year ago. I think April 9th is when they started to work on it. The other thing that the camp board decided we needed to do was upgrade our tractor. We had an international utility tractor from the early 70s, and so we decided that to upgrade to a Caterpillar skid loader with has a full-size bucket on it, and then it also has a mower on the front of it too that we mow brush and things around the camp, mow trails and everything through the trees and down by the river. And I am a little bit spoiled now because it has heat and air conditioning, so I don't mind pushing the snow anymore. Ron always makes sure to let me know that he bought me a skid loader so that I didn't have to push snow in the cold. Another purchase that was made was the Divine property. There's a retired pastor, or a priest, rather, William Divine, that camp owns the property around that, purchased that back in early 2000s. And this property was owned by William Divine, and we had been good friends of him. You know, as you can see, in between his driveway and the driveway to his garage, he just thought it was the greatest thing. Whenever we went up there to mow, we'd always mow that patch, and he was always so thankful, which was not really a big deal to us with our big grasshopper mower. It took us about 2 minutes. But gained a good friendship with him, and would always stop and visit with him. And he passed away in the fall of 2002, so this cabin was available, and the camp purchased it. And the Bangor Liberty young adult group came in after we purchased it, and they gutted out the carpet. Father Divine was a smoker, and so it had a little bit of smoke smell, and they took out the wood paneling and took out the carpet and renovated the whole thing. And so this, you can see Josie's husband, the one that shared about Bible school, her husband and a group of guys from there were a big part of finishing up this project. They put new cabinets in the kitchen. But we've used the cabin during the month of June. Scott Biddle, our youth director, comes up, and this is a way for his family to come up as well with him, so that they don't have to be in a cabin or somewhere else in a tent or an RV, and they can hang out as a family, and he can be up there during Young Friends camps. This is a project from a couple years ago, but just wanted to show you the finished product of our camp store and bike shed. We were able to organize our bikes a lot more and prevent them from getting broken. And this is the inside of the camp store, which was finished up last spring. The Hoeksemas, Caleb Hoeksema and Jim Hoeksema came up for a whole week, actually, and this was one of the projects they worked on, finished putting that corrugated steel on the bottom and putting the barn board on the top. Another project that was finished up last year was our challenge course, or team building course. This is an obstacle out there to help build teamwork and take counselors to take cabins, and hopefully we can implement this a little bit more this next year and have one of our own Camp Quaker Heights staff take counselor and their kids, campers, out there to the challenge course and walk through that and help them. You know, we've got Bible verses that go along with each obstacle, and then help them through the obstacle safely, and help them to build as a cabin, and to build trust and teamwork and fun. This one was, your whole team's got to get the tire up and over the pole. And the last one is my favorite. You got to get your whole cabin onto the little platform and stay on there for as long as you can. Another addition to camp was we purchased some new bedding. Tall Oaks was built in 2006, and so the comforters on the top were in need of replacing, and so Alicia and I kind of helped pick out the new bedding for the beds. One of the things I talked about last year was archery, that we were going to have archery, and so we had archery this last year for the first year, and the kids absolutely loved it. Had so much fun learning new techniques to the bow and arrow, and it was a blast. Went out there and had fun with them, played all sorts of different types of games with them, shooting at the targets and counting up points. And the 2 bales there were a donation from Bangor Church. And we added new disc golf baskets to the camp as well. Zane Raber, who was a preacher at Earlham for a while, he had made some homemade baskets, and so they worked for a couple years, but they were made out of wood and rubber tires, and so Anthony Newsma, I think, helped a lot in getting funds for it. That we had lots of Quaker men's groups or churches or individuals that helped donate money to purchase these new metal baskets, which should last us for a long time. One of the big projects that we're working on right now, just about finishing up, is a new maintenance shed. And I show this picture because this is kind of what they look like in the summertime, with things getting thrown in and out and not enough room for everything. So these are the old cabins that were replaced years ago, and so they just brought them down and used them as garages, which have worked for now, but we've got bigger equipment and more things to store with more programs that we're running. So, and this is if you're standing in between Tall Oaks and the RV area looking north. Al Staples Construction and his crew are the guys that put the building up and did the concrete and all the inside work. And this is myself and Ron Bryan. He came by to check out the work. And this last picture I show, because of the verse that I read this morning about all of us working together, being the body of Christ. Dale and Phyllis Schweckel are the ones that do a lot of the planting and flowering around the camp. And they've done the flower boxes around the lodge and over by the chapel. And that's something that I am not good at. And so for them sharing their talents with camp, planting these beautiful flowers that, I get tons of, I wish that they were there every day like me, so they could hear all the compliments that I get from them. But it takes all of us working together to make that work. One thing I didn't have pictures of was last fall I wrote a grant for trees in a partnership with Alliant Energy and Trees Forever out of Waverly. Same program that Quakerdale had done. And so I applied for the grant last fall and was approved this in January, I think it was. And so this fall, We'll probably be sending out an email to the churches around Iowa and letting you all know that we've got 20 trees that we'll be planting all the way from around the new building to existing buildings to the house. So just want to make you aware of that. And camp is always in need of volunteers. I won't name names, but there's a lot of you here that have come up and helped me mow, helped me work on electrical stuff. Some of you have brought your tractor over when ours has been out of commission. And I just want to say thank you for all of your support of camp, whether it be your time, your finances, or your prayers. So thank you very much. And I just hope that camp just has that special place in your heart as it does in mine as well.